We live in prayers of all the saints, don't forget who we are. They live and die behind our presence, don't forget who we are. So walk in beauty is them, don't forget who we are. We ain't gone, we still here, we still living. We live in prayers of all the saints, don't forget who we are. They live and die behind our presence, don't forget who we are. So walk in beauty is them, don't forget who we are. We ain't gone, we still here, we still living. Terrorism's imprisonment where our village exists. They're destroying the village, pillaging and killing our kids when they tell us to live or stop expelling our breath. United Snakes, the terrorists we're rebelling against, and yet it's only self-defense. The genocide continues. These trying times we live through can destroy the pride within you. Believe me that I die today to see a smiling face, and every elder and infant in prison give a kind embrace. Tell them we love them, still our struggle persists. Without the spirit of our people, it means nothing to live. We can truly rise deep inside where the beauty lies. The obligation in life to never let the beauty die. The people first. Be always grateful and concerned, and be aware of your past because it prays for your return. That's how.
Think Indian is a radio show produced in Vancouver, so we're thinking of what would we name a radio show that would support and promote Aboriginal artists as well as like be able to speak our mind. So what I asked was my mom and her friends are all like these elders up in Vancouver. And they said, well, why don't you call it Think Indian? Think Indian is a term they used which was based on a group that they formed that came out as an offshoot of the American Indian movement. And what it was all these women and men were coming out of residential schools, going to university and college and living in the cities, right? And they were just so disconnected from their culture and their communities, from the oppression and assimilation from residential schools, that they just weren't really welcomed back onto their reserve or in their communities. And they lost their language, their culture, absolutely everything. So when they lived in the 70s and the hippie days in these universities, like, you know, trying to make a living and live in the cities, they said, well, you know, like, we don't know what it is to be native. Like, how do we describe ourselves as Aboriginal people when we don't know anything about our culture because we've been stripped of our own being, right? And then they thought, well, you know, like, now we're living in the city, we have their education, and we're living like white people, and so what do? So they decided, you know what, we're going to start a group. It's going to be called Think Indian. And it was a way to inform themselves and build an identity of being urban Aboriginal people. So Think Indian was a way where they can be confident and proud and be able to speak their mind and share their talents in a healthy way, but with education and fight the system in a different way where they could be political, intellectual, and grassroots.
We ain't gone, we still here, we still living.
What's the future hold in store if we don't understand the present? Here and now is a gift. Recognize it as a blessing, but reflection the wrong direction. Exalt himself is passed down, oppression manifesting in the presence of ourselves. Now little natives on the res ain't believing that they second.
There's a big fat lady right there.
We ain't never gonna make it. Staying faded. It's the day that soul the pain don't hurt. Close our eyes, close our hearts, become lost in the curse of the abyss.
I like this song.
Cool. I like your medallion. How much for that one? How much for your medallion?
It's not for sale.
But the spirit came, we lit the flame, and now it's time to roll. Time to roll. And now it's time to roll. But the spirit came, we lit the flame, and now it's time to roll.
We live in prayers of all the saints, don't forget who we are. They live and die behind our presence, don't forget who we are. So walk in beauty.
You don't know what the Canoe Journey could do to you.
Hey, do you have a paddle?
Do you have a paddle?
Do you own
Not
a
here
paddle?
with me. I need a paddle.
Do you? Maybe I'll get you one. Hey, I like your medallion.
This is not for sale.
Recognize our beauty, it's in the eyes of the kids. Sit back and smile in silence and realize
I like your medallion. How much for that? Would you sell that?
It's not for sale. Our culture is not for sale.
Before they die was more powerful than 1,000 guns. It lives in us. Since they died with us in mind, don't forget who we are. Now it's time for us to rise. We live in prayers of all the saints, don't forget who we are. They live and die behind our
like
we
your
are.
medallion.
We ain't gone, we still here, we still living.
How much for the medallion?
Sorry, it's not for sale.
Hey, bro. Nice medallion. Robert.
Herb.
How much for your medallion?
Nah, this ain't for sale, man.
We still living.
It's not for sale.
Hey, bro, I like your medallion.
Oh.